Everybody's attention. I'm Richard, Pat and Mary's neighbor. I've been living by them for approximately 7 years plus now. I've spent many nights with Pat and Mary visiting. If they ever needed anything, I didn't hesitate. I'd come over and help them. Me and Pat served on the DMZ in Korea 2 different times. I served after him. He served in '68 during the Vietnam War. We, of course, would talk about our times in Korea and the different things that we liked, and we had a lot of the same likes. I'm wearing a pin that Pat made me. It's a 2nd Infantry Division pin. Pat could do a lot of different things. He was a diamond in the rough that you probably didn't know. There were so many different things that Pat could do. And if I had a question about something, I would come and talk to Pat. There was times where Pat, he says, I want to go hunt, I want to kill a deer this year, but I don't want to have to clean it and I don't want to have to mess with it. He said, will you help me? He said, you can have the deer. He said, but I need you to clean it and take care of it. And I said, I will. He goes, you got to come and help me haul it out of the woods. I said, okay, I'll help you haul it out of the woods. Anyways, I wrote some notes just to cover. Pat was a good-hearted man. I never saw Pat really with an angry eye at any point ever since I've known him. He was a good neighbor. Like I said, if I ever had a question about something, I could go to him. He spent a lot of time taking care of Kay. That was our other neighbor, and her husband was a World War II vet. He passed away a few years ago. So Pat mowed her grass when she needed stuff. Him and Mary would help her out. He was just a good soul all the way around. His kindness and his generosity, I don't think you could measure. Like I said, I would spend time with him up at the arena where he liked to watch his Packers lose. And I would give him, even though I wasn't watching football much, but I would jerry pick him a little bit just to get him roused up, And if they were doing good, of course, we would drink beer. He was a great father. This is the first time I ever met his son, Kurt. But he talked about Kurt when I would go over, and we would just be talking at Mary and his bar. He was a Christian man, and if you knew him, you would know that. That's how he carried himself every day. There was none of this doing something once and doing it differently another way. He carried himself that way. He had grace and he had courage. And we miss a lot of that today. He was a special man. He was also a chaplain at this VFW hall. And he was there for a long time. So if anybody, especially the VFW members, ever needed any to counsel or talk, Pat was there for them. Before he passed away, he called all of his friends and asked them to come over because he wanted to say goodbye in his way. And that's what I can say about Pat Parker. So his meal, this is to honor him. And he would appreciate every one of you coming